Okay, if you have something of a place value, the number changes depending on where it is. So for example, I have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Every single digit here has a different value. This is 1,111,111.1111. Every number here looks the same, but every one has a different value. This one has a value of 1,000,000. This one has a value of 100,000. This one has a value of 10,000. Sorry, yeah, 10,000. This one has a value of 1,000. This one has a value of hundreds. This one has a value of tens. This one has a value of ones. This one has a value of tenth. This one has a value of hundred. You can see the word th at the back. It's actually give you a decimal place. This is a thousand. This is a 10,000. So these are the names of it, but I can actually show you how it actually looks like. So for instance, if I'm going to write it 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Every single number here has a different value again, so I'm just going to show you what is the value here. So this one has a value of 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one has a value also 1, but a different one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one also value of 1, but is 10,000. This one is also value 1, but it is 1,000. So the 1 here actually translates differently every single time. This one here is 100. This one here is 10. This one here is 1. And what happens here? Once it passes the decimal, so I'm just going to highlight here, just a little highlight here. Once it passes the decimal, you will see something change. This one will no longer, it will be a fraction of 1. So it is actually a tenth of a 1. So that's why we call it tenth. This one is 1 over 10. This one is 1 over 100. This one is 1 over 1,000. This one is 1 over 10,000. But all of them, we can write them to the power of 10. So let's try, and let me just change the color and we're going to write it out. This is how many zeros here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So since it's 6, 0, I can tell you that this is actually 10 to the power of 6. This is 10 to the power of 5, 10 to the power of 4, 10 to the power of 3, 10 to the power of 2, 10 to the power of 1. What is the last one? If you remember, it is 10 to the power of 0. Okay, because any number to the power of 0 is equals to 1. And then after this, it is actually 1 over 10. So it's actually 10 to the power of negative 1, 10 to the power of negative 2, because it's 1 over 10 squared, we're going to bring it up, then it's going to be a negative. Here's 10 to the power of negative 3, 10 to the power of negative 4. You will see this more often later on, but for the time being, you're just going to look at this one here. Okay, the other one to the power of 10, it's important, but not really important for you right now. But we can actually just learn from it. Okay, so these are these. Okay, so you're going to read it this way. So these are your place value. What happens when we actually multiply by 10, or what happens when we actually divide it by 10? So we have to show you, I'll show you what happened here. So if we have, for example, a question says 2.5 multiplied by 10 to the power of 3. If you really remember 10 to the power of 3 is 1,000, but you don't really need to remember that. You just need to remember when I multiply, I need to move my decimal place to the right. How many times? 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So just write it out again to show you a better understanding. 2.5. You're going to move it 3 times. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. So now the decimal place is here. Like I said, every jump that has nothing there, we're going to add a 0. So 2.5 multiplied by 10 to the power of 3 is actually equal to 2,500. Okay, what if I multiply it by something else, which is a negative? 12.5 multiplied by 10 to the power of negative 2. So actually here, what's happening? If you want to show it in detail, it's actually 12.5 multiplied by 1 over 10 square. And then again, 12.5 multiply 1 over 100. Still don't understand? We're just going to make it into one place here. 12 divided by 100, which is also equal to 12.5 divided by 100. Since multiply, we go to the right. Division, we will go to the left. 1 time, 2 times. Decimal place here, going to add a 0 right in front. So the answer will be 0.125. Okay, so let's try something else again. C. 12 times 10 to the power of negative 2. So when I multiply this thing here, what actually happens to, oh no, sorry, actually 365, I'm looking at the same question here. C, 365 divided by 10 to the power of 4. So what is this? Write it in fraction if you want to. If you don't want to, you can just expand the power. 10, 1, 2, 3. 10,000. So we've got to divide, move it to the left 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you need to add 0 here, 0. So we're going to get 0.0365. Here again, I'm going to show you again. 365, I'm just going to show you an enlarged version. Decimal place naturally is here. We're going to move to the left 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 1 more time, 4 times. I'm going to put a 0 here. Decimal is here. Cannot just leave it like that. I'm going to put a 0 here. This is how you get your answers for this one right here. And the very, very last one. What if we actually divide a negative number, D, 0.45 divided by 10 to the power of 3, negative 3. That is a little bit difficult, but what we're going to do is going to make it easier. Do what you can, which is 0.45. We're going to change it into a fraction. 1 over 10 cubed. 1 over 1,000. Don't know what to do yet? It's okay. Change it to multiply to flip the second term. This one you should know by now. If we multiply by 1,000, how many times do we have to move to the right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, oops, 3. I'm going to add my 0 here. Answer would be 450.